Mess with the tribe, then it's doomsday. Dog got the mud, Bobby Boucher. Play like any given Sunday. Still go to service on Tuesdays. We gotta get to the end zone. Place it like we in the end zone. This that new pep rally anthem. Play this when you by the window. This is that 2-minute warning. We bout to ball like we Wilson, talking like Russell. We hit the field every morning. Your team is not that important. We got the muscle. Your team is still on the warm-ups. We coming out of the corners, ready to rumble. This for the ones in the crowd. I need y'all to scream this out loud. Now we gotta. We gotta. We gotta. We gotta. Trophy for ransom, I need your hands up, I need a, this for the ones in the stands, all of my fans, I need a, this is that personal victory, rewriting history, I need a, this for my haters and enemies, they cannot get to me, I need a, had to calm down, my city bringing the bombs out, everything's cool till it falls out, no need to sound the alarms now, talking woosah, we about to create a new squad, we on a whole nother level, we about to come for the medal. We gotta, we gotta, we gotta, we gotta, we gotta, we gotta hold the trophy for ransom. I need your hands up. I need a, this for the ones in the stands, all of my fans. I need a, this is that personal victory, rewriting history. I need a, this for my haters and enemies, they cannot get to me. I need a, we gotta. Trophy for ransom, I need your hands up, I need a, this for the ones in the stands, all of my fans, I need a, this is that personal victory, rewriting history, I need a, this for my haters and enemies, they cannot get to me, I need a.
There it is. The 2024 Bordas and Bordas Thursday Night Lights, Friday Night Rivals, Saturday Night Rivals schedule for the 2024 high school football season in the Ohio Valley. Welcome to the special edition of Jacked Up, where we dive into each matchup tonight. Yours truly, Jack Hillgrove, fired up to be along the ride with you tonight, going through each matchup. And, of course, fired up to be along for another season of high school football in the Ohio Valley. If you're watching us live on WTOV9's digital platforms, Facebook, YouTube, let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who your favorite squad is, and we'll get things started in the right direction. News 9's Jamie Baker's ready for kickoff. Happy to have her along for the ride this season as well. If you want to let us know where you're watching from, where your favorite team is, let us know, and we will pop that comment up right on the screen. Johnny on YouTube says, go Red Devils. He'll be at all of the St. Clairsville football games this season. He's got football fever as well. Sue's ready for high school football and NFL football as well. The thrill of victory and agony of defeat, says Craig. One winner, one loser in each of these games. So let's dive right into it. Our first matchup coming your way Thursday, August 22nd, Shady Side visiting Martins Ferry on Bordas and Bordas Thursday Night Rivals. This is the third year, in a row that we've aired this contest between these two Belmont County foes. Last year and the year before, both very close matchups. Martins Ferry, a 39-36 winner at Shady Side last season in 2022, a 27-23 victory for the Purple Riders at their home field in this matchup. This one in Martins Ferry again this year, and it'll kick off our Bordas and Bordas live high school football schedule this fall on Thursday, August 27th at 6:30. The first matchup between these two teams in 1908, the all-time series in favor of the Purple Riders, 9-2. Coming at you the next day, one that we are very, very excited for. Friday, August 23rd, and I think a lot of people across the Ohio Valley are excited for as well. The first ever night game at historic Nelson Field in Bel Air. Buckeye local visiting Bel Air to take on the Big Reds. They've got lights at Nelson Field now. We've covered that this summer. They've been turned on. They've been tested. They're ready to go. And this will be the first night game ever played in Bel Air as far as high school football goes. We're excited to bring it to you. 7 p.m. Friday, August 23rd, Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals live on Fox 9. 1,180 games. Bel Air high school football ever. That's as many that they've played. Never under the lights. First matchup with Buckeye local in Bel Air since 2018. Now a Division 5 matchup. This used to be a cross-division matchup between the Panthers and the Big Reds. Now both of these teams in Division 5 with the new realignment in the state of Ohio. Buckeye local in Region 17, Bel Air in Region 19. Buckeye local last one in this series in 2011. Bel Air leads the all-time series 9-5. Richard says, "Go Brook Bruins." Richard, you will not be disappointed here in a moment. Richard, another frequent member of the Jacked Up live stream, says, hello to you, sir. Billy Joe, RRR, roll, red, roll. Again, you won't be disappointed as this schedule rolls along as well. So the first week that will go all out for high school football, Ohio week 1, West Virginia delayed a week. So the first week of West Virginia high school action coming the weekend of the 29th and the 30th of August. And our first matchup this week will feature 2 West Virginia squads. Thursday, August 29th, Weir High visiting the Oak Glen Golden Bears, a Hancock County rivalry that will see its 60th meeting between both schools. Last year, the Red Riders won 38-7. Oak Glen's last win in this series came in 2021, 35-20, and Weir High leads the all-time series 39-20. So Thursday night rivals, week 2. Weir High and Oak Glen, 7 p.m. This game live on Comet. Let's keep it rolling. Friday, August the 30th, the Bel Air Big Reds back on the schedule, but this time on the road, taking on the Barnesville Shamrock, 7 o'clock live on Fox 9 on Thursday, August the 30th. This is another matchup that we saw on our networks last year on a Saturday at Nelson Field. Now a Division 5 matchup. Again, both of these teams now back in D5 with Bel Air being moved up into Region 17. So last year's meeting between these two squads that we televised for you, the first meeting since 1925. These two schools renewed the series. It's a Belmont County matchup now. Barnesville won it 38-14 a year ago. I was on the call for this game. A phenomenal display of football from Barnesville, defensively turning over Bel Air 4 times, and freshman, now sophomore running back Trey Tolliver, one heck of a performance, 246 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns, one of those TDs, 90 plus yards. I think it was 97 yards, and Bel Air falling at home 38-14 in that one. So this year it's on the still pretty new turf at Barnesville and Shamrock Stadium. Friday, August the 30th, Bel Air at Barnesville. So to recap, the first 4 games, Shady Side at Martins Ferry on the 22nd. That game 6:30 on WTOV9. Friday, August 23rd, Buckeye Local at Bel Air, the first night game in the history of Nelson Field, coming at you live on Fox 9 at 7 p.m. Week 2 of action, week 1 in West Virginia, Thursday, August 29th, Thursday night rivals, Weir High and Oak Glen on Comet. And then on Friday, August the 30th, back on Fox 9, Bel Air at Barnesville. Week 3, Thursday, I almost said August again. Thursday, September the 5th, a matchup that we were supposed to be bringing you when the schedules originally came out in 2020. The pandemic obviously threw a wrench in all of our lives, so we weren't able to bring this one to you. So on 4 years of delay, Thursday, September the 5th at Edison, the Southern Local Indians and the Edison Wildcats, 7 p.m. live on Fox 9. The 4th meeting all time between these two schools, the first since 2021. Southern Local, winners in all 3 of the previous matchups. They won 34-21 in 2021, 38-12 in 2019, and then 39-13 in 2018. Both of these schools, playoff mainstays as far as recent Ohio Valley football history goes. Edison coming off of its 4th playoff appearance in a row. Rich Wright and the Southern Local Indians, 8-3 last season, 6th consecutive playoff appearance in 2023. So that matchup live, Fox 9, Thursday, September the 5th for Thursday Night Lights. Friday Night Rivals, September the 6th. We go north. Much farther north than anybody, at least in our viewing market, goes. The first time Steubenville Big Red is on the schedule. Friday, September the 6th at Cardinal Mooney from Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, Ohio. It's Big Red. It's Mooney. It's September the 6th, Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals, Thursday at 7 p.m. Friday, September the 6th, 7 p.m. on Fox 9. A 21-14 victory for Steubenville in this matchup last year against Cardinal Mooney. Back-to-back regional titles and state semifinal appearances for Reno Succoch and Steubenville Big Red. But for you Big Red fans out there, you might not like this stat all that much. It's the 14th meeting all-time between these two schools. Mooney leads the all-time series 7-6, although the last Mooney win in this series came in 2013 in the playoffs. Interestingly enough, the first 9 matchups between Steubenville and Cardinal Mooney were in the playoffs. The first regular season matchup in this series didn't happen until a couple of years ago. This will be the 5th regular season matchup between these two schools. Big Red and Mooney. It's Friday, September the 6th, live on Fox 9 from Stambaugh Stadium in Youngstown, 7 p.m. Let's roll along. Thursday Night Lights, September the 12th, Beaver Local and East Liverpool, a Columbiana County matchup that you guys up in Columbiana County are very much familiar with. The Beavers, the Potters will air this one for you 7 p.m. Thursday the 12th, live on WTOV9. Now a regional matchup in Division 4, Region 15. Last year, Beaver Local 55, East Liverpool 13. The 46th meeting all time between these two schools. Beaver with a 23-22 series lead over the Potters, who last won in this series in 2020. Mike McKenzie and the Beavers rocking with a 3-game winning streak in this rivalry matchup. Beaver last year 6-5. East Liverpool last year 6-5 as well. Both of these teams first round exits in the playoffs. Thursday, September the 12th, it's Beaver Local and East Liverpool live on WTOV9. Back at it, Friday Night Rivals, Friday the 13th from Belmont County, the first matchup on the schedule for Brett McLean and the St. Clairsville Red Devils. They will host county foe Martins Ferry, Justin Kropka and the Purple Riders, their second trip to the Bordas and Bordas live broadcast schedule this season. 7:30 live on Comet, Friday, September the 13th. Last year, the Red Devils winner in this matchup. They are an all-time series leader in this matchup as well, 37-27 with one tie, getting set for the 66th installment in this matchup between the Purple Riders and the Red Devils of St. Clairsville. Friday the 13th of September, Ferry at St. C at 7:30 live on Comet. So let's recap. Thursday, September the 5th, Southern Local at Edison. That game 7 p.m. on Fox 9. Friday, September the 6th, Big Red visiting Cardinal Mooney in Youngstown, 7 p.m. on Fox 9 on Friday, September the 6th. For Thursday, September the 12th, Beaver Local at East Liverpool on WTOV9, and then Ferry at St. C on Friday the 13th. And if you're just joining us, the first 4 matchups on the schedule. Shady Side of Martins Ferry, 6:30 p.m. on WTOV9. Friday, August 23rd, Buckeye Local at Bel Air, 7 p.m. on Fox 9. Thursday, August the 29th on Comet, it's Weir High and Oak Glen, 7 p.m. And then on Friday, August the 30th, Bel Air visits Barnesville. That matchup at 7 p.m. live on Fox 9. All right, let's roll along, shall we? We are off the Thursday train for a while, so this Thursday matchup you see on your screen on the 12th will be the last Thursday game that we have until October the 17th. So we'll get to that in a moment. Friday the 13th is Ferry at St. C. Then Friday the 20th of September, another very good matchup that we've had on our schedule the last several years. The Crimson Tornadoes of Dover come east to take on Steubenville. That'll be 7 p.m. on WTOV9 on the 20th. 28th. This one now a regional matchup for the first time in a couple of years. Both teams back in Division 3, Region 11. And last year, Big Red, a 35-14 victory over Dan Ift and the Crimson Tornadoes a season ago. Big Red leads the all-time series 21-6 with one tie. This will be the 29th all-time meeting between both schools. Dover's last win in this matchup coming back in 2021. Again, no Thursday matchups for a while, and Big Red back on the schedule in the following Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals game. Across state lines and Wheeling Island Stadium, the Wheeling Park Patriots playing host to the Steubenville Big Red. Friday, September the 27th. This game, 7 o'clock live on WTOV9. A lot of intrigue in this matchup as well for several reasons. Another mainstay on our broadcast schedule the last couple of years, Ohio versus West Virginia, two of the bigger and more successful athletic departments in our Ohio Valley going at it on the gridiron again. The fifth meeting in a row between both of these schools since 2021. All-time series, Steubenville with the upper hand and then some. Big Red leads the all-time series 16-1. Park's only win in this series coming back in 2013, a 43-22 victory against Steubenville. This is a matchup that both head coaches, we've talked to them ad nauseum about this game. They love having it on their schedule. They have the utmost respect for their respective opponents in this matchup, and it's one that we're really excited to bring you as well. And from the OVAC All-Star game a couple of weeks ago, the brand new turf at Wheeling Island Stadium looks very sharp and will very much look sharp on our airwaves this night as well. Friday, September the 27th, Park, Big Red, live on WTOV9, 7 p.m. The one and only Saturday matchup on our schedule, which we call Bordas and Bordas Saturday Night Rivals, and emphasis on rivals. Saturday, September the 28th, the Madonna Blue Dons visit Harding Stadium to take on Eric Meek and the Steubenville Catholic Central Crusaders. This game will come at you at 7 p.m. live on Comet on the 28th. A Catholic school rivalry, Ohio versus West Virginia, two very small programs that have a lot of respect for one another and some very good matchups in history as well. Central coming off of a 9-1 regular season last year and a playoff appearance for Eric Meek and the Crusaders, and a lot of excitement around this Madonna program as well under first-year head coach John McCune taking over the varsity program coming up with his junior high program on the schedule as well, or coming up with his junior high players, I should say, to the high school level. So this will bring a lot of intrigue as well. Central leading the all-time series 14-9-1. Richard says, glad you guys got the Southern Edison matchup. Good games. Richard, I know you had talked about having this matchup on one of my live shows a couple of months ago, and I had a feeling that it was going to be on there, so I had to be very secretive. But yeah, it should be a good matchup up in Richmond that I'm really excited about. Nikki says, go Buckeye Local Panthers. Nikki, the Buckeye Local Panthers and the Bel Air Big Reds, August 23rd. The first night game in Nelson Field history. Friday, October the 4th, Harrison Central and Indian Creek from Wintersville. Both first-timers on this schedule to this point in the high school football season. Friday, October the 4th, live on Comet, 7 p.m. Harrison coming off of the first two home playoff games in their school's history, which was really fun to cover last year for the Harrison Central Huskies. They won this matchup over a Creek team that went 1-9 a year ago, 32-6, the score in favor of the Huskies a season ago. But the all-time series tied at 7 apiece. This will be the 15th matchup all-time between both schools. Creek last won it over Harrison Central in 2019, 35-7. All right, back to Belmont County we go. Friday, October 11th, the old Belmont County Fair game. It's the St. Clairsville Red Devils and the Union Local Jets. This one from Morristown, 7 p.m. on Comet, Friday, October 11th. The Jets 6-4 last season, losing in the first round to West Muskingum. St. Clairsville, a team that actually both of these teams bringing a ton back, especially on offense. St. C made it to the second round in the regional playoffs, losing on the road to Bishop Hartley. Both of these teams bring a lot back in the skill departments, and offense should be no issue in this game, if you ask me. So last year, again, St. C a winner. Union Local's last win in this matchup back in 2016, 28 30-7. St. C leading the all-time series over their Belmont County rival, 36-12 with one tie. All right. Back to the Thursdays we go. October 17th. This is our first Thursday matchup since that Beaver Local East Liverpool game on September the 12th, and it's back in the Mountain State. Thursday, October 17th, the Brook Bruins make their first trip to the Bordas and Bordas WTOV9 live broadcast schedule, taking on a West Virginia rival now in different classifications, Mark Caesar and the John Marshall Monarchs. Brook, of course, with longtime head coach Mac McLean, who's now at Shenandoah, brings in Casey Goff, a former college coach at the Division III level in New Jersey. They've got practice underway as well. I know Rob Metzger stopped out a couple of days ago to shoot their high school football preview, which will air in a couple of weeks. Brook last season 5-5, and they have to replace a lot. A heavy senior-led team a year ago, but they do bring back some key players from last season. Dante Talenko, Garrett Moore, and of course Ty Sparringer, who started sporadically at quarterback last year for his brother Braylon, who was injured at times and was one heck of a player for the Brook Bruins. Now a 4A versus 3A matchup, of course. West Virginia now shifting to 4 classifications when it comes to high school football. 25 teams in Class 4A. John Marshall is one of them. Brook is one of 30 teams in the Mountain State in Class 3A. Brook 5-5 last year. John Marshall 1-9. The 56th meeting all time between these two squads. Brook, a dominant record in this series. They lead it 40-15. John Marshall's last win coming in this series in 2022, blanking Brook 27-0. And then Friday, October 18th, the Buckeye 8 matchup in Lisbon. Beaver Local hosting Cambridge, 7 p.m. live on Comet. It's the Cambridge Bobcats with first-year head coach in his second stint, Kevin Gunn, very familiar to the program, was the head coach at Cambridge, was an assistant since he departed from being the head coach, and now he's back in charge of the program, and they'll take on the Beaver Local Beavers Friday, October the 18th, 7 p.m. on Comet. Beaver winning in this matchup a year ago, 61-14. Cambridge 0-10 a season ago. Beaver Local, a playoff squad, and they lead the series, the very short series over Cambridge 2-1. This will be the 4th meeting all time between these two schools. So with that, let's recap. Harrison Central at Indian Creek, Friday, October the 4th. Then on the 11th, it's St. C at Union Local. Let's get back for a second. St. C or Harrison Central at Indian Creek live on Comet at 7 p.m. Just like this one, Union Local in St. Clairsville on October the 11th, live on Comet at 7 p. Thursday night lights, again, John Marshall Brook, this one live on Comet as well from Brook County, West Virginia. And then on October the 18th, live on Comet, 7 p.m., Cambridge at Beaver Local. And while I do that, I guess we can shift to this view because there's more games at the bottom of the screen, don't you worry, but I wanted to give you guys a look at what we've got so far. 3 games remaining on the schedule, so let's go to Friday, October 25th. A matchup that we're pretty excited about, and it's going to be the first meeting between these two schools since 2007. Smaller school from West Virginia, smaller school in the state of Ohio. Wheeling Central visits Toronto, 7 p.m. on Comet Friday, October 25th. 18 meetings all time. Wheeling Central leading the all-time series 10-8. And differences on both sides, right? One of them West Virginia with a veteran head coach in Mike Young. One of them Ohio with a first-year head coach in Jarrett Obiel. Both of these schools very excited to get this matchup on the schedule. And again, I say no shortage of offense. There should be no shortage of offense in this one. Zeb Kinsey back for his senior year, the future Division I quarterback in Toronto. And Wheeling Central, a team that missed the playoffs very rarely, missing the playoffs a year ago, brings back, again, pretty much everyone. So this should be a very good matchup. Friday, October 25th, live on Comet from the Gem City, Toronto hosting Wheeling Central. Into November we go. This will close out the regular season in the Mountain State. This will end up being the matchup on your screen there with Toronto, their final regular season game, as that's the final week in Ohio for regular season. Nov 1. a matchup that I think speaks for itself. It's a matchup that we're proud to bring you every year. It's one of the more traditional rivalries in our region. It's Weir High, it's Brook, 7 p.m. live on Comet Friday, November the 1st. Both schools now in Class 3A. Brook used to be in 3A, Weir High in 2A. Now with the shift, with the change in the playoff schedule, both of these schools now in 3A. The 55th all-time meeting between these two institutions. Brook leads the all-time series 34-20, but the Bruins last winners over Weir High in 2016, 12-7. The Red Riders on a 7-game winning streak over their rival in Brook. And on the final night of Bordas and Bordas Friday Night Rivals, back at Wheeling Island Stadium, we go. John Marshall against Wheeling Park, 7 p.m. live on Comet. The Monarchs and Mark Caesar, the Patriots and Chris Doherty hosting this matchup on Comet, 7 p.m. And we're proud to bring it to you. Wheeling Park leading the all-time series in this one, 34-15. John Marshall last winning in 2009, making it a 13-game win streak for the Wheeling Park Patriots in this matchup. So allow me to zoom out here on the schedule and pop it back up for you. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the full 2024 Bordas and Bordas Thursday Night Lights, Friday night and Saturday Night Rivals broadcast schedule down right in front of you. And I appreciate you guys for sticking along and watching with us. If you have any comments about the schedule, we'd love to hear from you. Quentin says, go Dover Tornadoes. You can catch the Dover Tornadoes on September the 20th inside Harding Stadium against the Steubenville Big Red. Whew. Decompress, take a look, let us know what you think. We're really excited for this one. It totals out to be 18 live football broadcasts with 26 area teams from up and down the Ohio Valley. A couple of teams on here more than once. The matchup, and I try not to be biased in this situation, but I think we can all agree that this matchup on August the 23rd, Buckeye Local and Bel Air, is just going to be so darn cool. The first ever night game in Nelson Field history, the Big Reds and the Panthers of Buckeye Local. That'll be a really, really fun broadcast that we're excited to bring you. And we're excited to bring you all of them, obviously. But that one will be, I think, must-see TV for sure between both of these schools on August the 23rd. It's our first Friday Night Rivals matchup as well. Drew says, nice mix of games, Jack. Glad to see St. C twice, Steubenville 3 times, first night game at Nelson Field. That was the first night game at Nelson Field was the only real input that I requested into the making of this schedule. And I think we were pretty much all on the same page when it came to that matchup. It was like, absolutely, that has to be on the match on the schedule as well. Sean brings up a good question here. St. C and Ferry, why Comet? A lot of these games that you see on your screen on Comet, if you're wondering the same thing, Fox is bringing a Friday night nationally televised Big Ten game to the schedule that I believe starts the week of this matchup. If you can see my cursor, Martins Ferry at St. Clairsville. So Fox will have a Friday night Big Ten nationally televised game every week. So that obviously takes precedence across the nation. So a lot of these matchups that you see on your screen here that have Comet would in years past might have Fox or NBC on it, but because of the obligations that Fox has with the Big Ten and their new TV deal in that regard, we kind of pretty much have our hands tied. But Comet is pretty easily accessible. It's WTOV 9.3 if you're on digital. If you're on Comcast, I believe it's channel 1169. And then for those of you on Jefferson County cable, if you're worried about Indian Creek or Steubenville or Edison, well, Edison's on Fox 9, but if you're on Jefferson County cable and worried about any of these games on Comet, I believe that's 25 101.3 on Jefferson County cable. And Richard brings up a good point, and I think I should have brought this up a long time ago. We're still going to live stream all of these games on our website, on our YouTube, and on our Facebook page. Pretty easily accessible. You could be in Timbuktu and you could be watching these games. So that's good for any relative, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, cousin that might be out of the viewing area that'll be able to watch these games. They'll be streamed live to our Facebook and YouTube and our website, WTOV9.com. Drew also says, glad to see Steubenville Central and Madonna get on the schedule. That's one that we always like to bring you every year, anytime that we can. Again, for all the reasons that I mentioned, small schools, Catholic school rivalry, Ohio versus West Virginia, and a lot of promise on both of these sides. I know the Madonna fans are very optimistic about what first-year head coach John McCune brings to the table, what he's been able to do with the junior dons and leading the junior high program, all the kids that he was in charge of coaching at junior high, now at the high school level, and they had a lot of success. And, of course, Eric Meek and the Crusaders coming off of a 9-1 regular season a year ago and a playoff appearance for the Crusaders of Steubenville Catholic Central. Let's keep the conversation going. I love to hear from you guys. Rich says, go Cincinnati McNichols. That doesn't apply to pretty much anybody in the Ohio Valley as far as high school football goes. But I do believe Steubenville Big Red opens up with Cincinnati McNichols. So that'll be a matchup. If you're interested, we'll have it on Sports Friday as well. Some very exciting news as well when it comes to the Weirton Medical Center Sports Friday that I'm sure will be made more available once we cross some T's and dot some I's. I will tell you that there have been conversations and meetings that Sports Friday is going to be transcended this fall, and I'm really, really excited about it. As far as the digital push that we're making at our station, we had an idea, and it sounds like this idea is going to come to full fruition. If you're a fan of anything NFL related, we're kind of taking a mold off of a very popular something that has to do with professional football. That is the only thing that I will say when it comes to that, and there will be more news on that as it's made available. Sports Friday twice on Friday night. Yes. Great question from Richard here. So typically in the past, 10:30 on Fox 9, 11:10 on WTOV9. For the first couple of weeks when Fox does not have the Friday night Big Ten matchup, just like normal, 10:30 on Fox 9, 11:10 on WTOV9. 11:10 on WTOV9 will not change at all through the regular season. Once Fox starts bringing in the Friday night Big Ten games into the fold, that is when we will shift the 10:30 Sports Friday to our digital platforms. So it'll still be on twice. It just won't be on Fox. If you've got a tablet, a computer, a phone, you'll be able to pull us up on all of our digital platforms and be able to watch Sports Friday digitally 10:30 the nights that Fox has the Big Ten obligations. And we'll outline that more and more as the season goes along and things of that nature. Again, there's the full schedule. Take a glimpse, take a screenshot. I can get out of the way if you want to screenshot it real quick and send it to your people. I don't want to be making an awkward mid-talking face when you guys are screenshotting. Actually, let's see if we can do this. One moment here. Little live editing here. Kind of take me out of the way a little bit. Actually, you know what? No. I like the way I had it. Any more questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have when it comes to our live broadcast schedule for this season. There it is on your screen. And as far as anything you guys else have to say about it, we will be happy to answer any of your questions. But there it is, black and white. Rob Metzger and yours truly alternating the play-by-play. Very happy and very excited to be doing that this season as well. There you have it. 2024. When does Fox, Drew asks, when does the Fox Friday Night College Football start? The 13th of September, I believe. That is why that game against Martins Ferry and St. Clairsville is on Comet. And a lot of the ones that you see on your screen, since St. Clairsville kicks off at 7:30, that there'll be a half-hour pregame show leading up to that, and then anything on Fox usually will have a Friday Night Rivals or Thursday Night Lights pregame show for that as well. Yep, the Big 10 now Big 16. College football is going to be crazy this year for sure. That'll be something to keep an eye on as well. Keep the questions coming. Keep them coming. If you have anything else to say, speak now. Forever hold your peace. We'll probably end the stream here in a couple of minutes. We'll go up to about 8:40. Give you guys a chance to take a gander at the full schedule as you see it on your screen. Richard, I know you like that Edison and Southern game. I do too. That'll be a good one. Mike Colopy, Rich Wright, both veteran coaches with playoff aspirations, obviously, for both schools. Southern, 6 playoff appearances in a row. Edison, 4 playoff appearances in a row as well. Wesley says, wish the backyard rivalry with the Rocks and the Jets was on the list. We always try it, Wes. We always try to shake it up every year. Union local, Barnesville on it the last couple of years. But we wanted to get some new matchups in there as well. One of them, of course, being Buckeye local and Bel Air. And Buckeye local absent from the schedule the last couple of years as well. Excited to have them back on with first-year head coach Chris Kedash. Who's young, exciting, brings a lot of experience to the job for the game against Bel Air. But glad you got back Barnesville and Bel Air. Yeah, that'll be a good matchup. That was one last year I was really excited for. Saturday afternoon, always very cool. Kind of feels like a college football game in that regard. And it was the first matchup since like Calvin Coolidge was president. I think that was in my opening monologue to start the broadcast. 1925, the Coolidge administration running our great nation was the last time that the Rocks and the Reds did battle. Trey Tolliver, a beast in that one, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was pretty much our player of the game in that one. That was up for zero debate. That's for sure. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, that'll just about do it. Thank you so much for tuning into the live Jacked Up special for the release of the 2024 Bordas and Bordas Thursday Night Lights, Friday night, and Saturday night rival schedule. Excited to have the good folks at Bordas and Bordas back on board for another season of Ohio Valley High School football. Drew, you are very welcome. You're a loyal Twitter follower as well, Drew, so I appreciate you for that as well. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Pass it along. The full schedule will be posted to our social media pages as well. If you knew somebody that missed the reveal, send it along to them. And this will be archived on YouTube as well, the live stream, that is. For you guys as well. Our social media team and our operations staff put together the hype video that you saw at the beginning of the stream. I love it, so I'm going to play it to play us out, and that'll just about do it for this live special of Jacked Up. Thanks so much, you guys, for being along for the ride, and we'll talk to you soon. Get ready for some football.
mess with the tribe, then it's doomsday. Dog got the mud, Bobby Boucher. Play like any given Sunday. Still go to service on Tuesdays. We gotta get to the end zone. They say like we in the end zone. This that new pep rally anthem. Play this when you bout to win though. This is that 2-minute warning. We bout to ball like we Wilson, talking like Russell. We hit the field every morning. Your team is not that important. We got the muscle. Your team is still on the warm-ups. We coming out of the corners, ready to rumble. This for the ones in the crowd. I need y'all to scream this out loud. Now we gotta. We gotta. We gotta. We gotta. The trophy for ransom. I need your hands up. I need a. This for the ones in the stands. All of my fans. I need a. This is that personal victory. Rewriting history. I need a. This for my haters and enemies. They cannot get to me. I need a. Had to calm down. My city bringing the bombs out. Everything's cool till it falls out. No need to sound the alarms now. Talking woosah. We about to create a new squad. We on a whole nother level. We about to come for the medal. We gotta. We gotta. We gotta. We gotta. We gotta. We gotta hold the trophy for ransom. I need your hands up. I need a. This for the ones in the stands. All of my fans. I need a. This is that personal victory. Rewriting history. I need a. This for my haters and enemies. They cannot get to me. I need a. We gotta. 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 We hold the trophy for ransom. I need your hands up. I need a. This for the ones in the stands. All of my fans. I need a. This is that personal victory. Rewriting history. I need a. This for my haters and